Hello, hello, hello. So today we're going to talk about simplifying algebraic expressions, aka also known as combine like terms. It's not that difficult of a concept unless you do it wrong the first time I show you, and then it gets very tricky. I am going to be using two different color highlighters. So if you want to grab a crayon or a highlighter or a different color something, if not, you'll have to figure it out. But I am going to be using at least two different colors. Alright, so we did talk in our notes, I believe on Monday, about terms, and I just want to go over that one more time. Terms are the numbers and variables in an expression or equation. Okay. Simplify, you should know, means we make it smaller, right? We make it into the smallest term. So I won't write that down because that's a word we use all the time. And again, I'm going to remind you of the word coefficient, because that's an important word. The coefficient is the number attached to a variable. And that number goes with the variable. They go together. They're attached. It's like they're married until we figure out what it means. And that's really important to know, because when we simplify or combine like terms, that number goes with that variable. It counts. It means we have, like, if it's 5A, that means we have 5 A's. Okay? So I'm going to give you an example of how to combine like terms. And we'll be talking about what the coefficients are in these problems. So, we'll do some examples. Start off right off the bat with examples. So, it will say, simplify each expression then state the coefficient. So, first example, we are going to have x plus x plus x plus x plus x. When we simplify x plus x plus x plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, x plus x plus x plus x plus x, how many x's are there? These are all the same. X and x and x and x and x are the same. X, 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 x. How many are there? 5x. And we know that multiplication is repeated addition. You've been doing that since second or third grade. So we know that 5 times x is the same as x plus x plus x plus x plus x. So here's the simplified version. And then our coefficient, like I said, is the number attached to the variable. So our number attached to the variable, 5, is the coefficient. All right, let's do another example where I might have, I'm going to have more variables. So I'm going to do y plus y plus 6. These y's are the same, but the 6 is different. The 6 doesn't have a y, and I cannot put it with the y's because it isn't a y. It is different. It's a number all by itself. So in order to simplify, I put these two y's together, which gives me 2y. And because I can't put the 6 with these y's, I just add it on at the end. So 2y plus 6 is the simplified version of the expression. What is the coefficient? The coefficient has to be attached to a variable. So in this case, 2 is the coefficient. I might not have a coefficient. If it's a number by itself, technically a number by itself means there's only one of those. Or not a number, a letter. A letter by itself technically means there's only one of them. So 1 would probably be a coefficient for most things if there isn't one. All right, let's look at another one. Let's see if we can make it a little bit more difficult. I'm going to do z plus 2z plus 6 plus 4 plus z. So I'm going to find all my z's, and those all go together. So I have a z here, 2 z's, and then a z here. My numbers are 6 and 4. And so you know these signs go with whatever's in front, with whatever's after it. So these are all positives. I'll show you a better example of that in our next problem, where I'll mix up positives and negatives, or pluses and minuses. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is count my z's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have a plus 6 and a plus 4. When added together gives me a 10. So this is my simplified version. 5z plus 10. My coefficient is 5. Okay, now I'm going to give you one that has positives and negative numbers, or pluses and minuses, because they're the same when we talk about algebra. And that way we have to figure out what is what. So I'll start off with an easy example. This one is z again, which is fine. So here I have 12z and negative 7z, or 12z minus 7z means the same thing. These are both z's, so they go together. 12 minus 7 is 5z. z. Look at all of these have 5s. I didn't even plan that. 5 is the coefficient. Okay, now I'm going to step it up again where I have numbers and letters. So 8w minus 6w plus 3w minus 4w. So these all happen to be w's, which I didn't notice at first when I looked at the problem. So they all go together. That was dumb because I wanted a separate one, but that's okay. So 8w minus 6w gives us 2w, plus another 3w gives us 5w, minus, so 5w minus 4w is w, or 1w. So technically 1 is the coefficient. And you wouldn't be incorrect if you just left the answer as w. Remember, we imply because there's a w that it's a 1. So you can leave the 1 off and it will still be correct, and 1 still will be the coefficient. So let me make sure I did that right. 8 minus 6 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 minus 1, yeah. 5 minus 4 is 1. Okay, now I want to get one that has both numbers and variables. Four x minus 3 plus 3x. 4x minus 3 plus 3x. So I'm going to find my x's, and this plus sign goes with the 3x. It's a positive. And then minus, this minus sign or negative sign goes with the 3. That's important to note. It all goes together. So I have a 4x and a positive 3x, so I add them together. That gives me 7x. And then this minus 3 has to move over. Minus 3. And that is our simplified version. 7 is the coefficient. That's basically all you do to simplify expressions. Then, once we give you what x or z or f or whatever it is equals, then you can start to substitute and solve. Okay? It's easiest, though, to simplify what you have first and then solve. And that's something important to note. Again, as you get into higher algebra, the problems are going to be much harder. What I'm going to do now is give you several problems, practice problems that I want you to do either in your notes or in the practice section. It doesn't matter to me as long as you know where they are, because tomorrow I will give you the answer key and you will check your own. I'm not going to check them today. Tomorrow you will be responsible for checking to see if you're doing okay. I'm putting some of the responsibility back onto you. So your practice problems are 4x minus 3 plus 3x. Simplify and state the coefficient for all of these. Okay, number 2 is 5y plus 4 minus 2y. Number 3 is 8y minus 7 minus 4y. 4 is 7z plus 9 minus 2z minus 2. Also, it's possible that you have more than one variable in an equation, but not till you get into like algebra. And so we'll keep it simple here and keep all the variables the same. 5 plus 11z minus 4 plus 6z. 6 is 8g plus 10 minus 3g plus 7. All right, that's it. 6 practice problems. So you are combining like terms or simplifying, and you are stating the coefficient. Know where you are putting this, like put a sticky or a bookmark or somewhere, so tomorrow when I give you the answers, you will be able to correct your own. Got it? Good. And if not, then you can come to tutoring and ask me more questions. All right, that's it for today.